Okay, Eric, I'm going to record this. So we're going to start with a little warm up. So come to stand over here. Yeah, right here is fine. Yeah, I'll stand here. And we're just going to start by rolling your shoulders up, around, and back a few times. Drop your chin towards your chest. Make little semicircles with your neck. Just releasing for a moment. Place your hands on your rib cage. Inhale. Feel your ribs expand. Exhale. Release. On your rib cage a little higher. Inhale. Expand those ribs. Exhale. Release. Draw those ribs back in. And one more, hands a little bit higher, right onto your rib cage there. Inhale. And exhale, release. Reach your arms in front of you. Your arms are straight, and you're just going to draw your shoulders back. So you're protracting and retracting your shoulder blades. So we're moving from here, yeah, and then forward. And then back, so not bringing those shoulders up. Squeeze and forward. Like you could squeeze a pencil, try to drop your shoulders down a few more times. Arms are long. Just getting those shoulder blades, you're not bending at the elbow, squeezing. Drop your shoulder blades down. Just try one more time. Just try to get that motion. You're just protracting and retracting your scapula, your shoulder blades. That was better. One more. And then release that. Drop your arms down. Place your hands on your thighs. Bend your knees a little. Inhale, arch, look up. Exhale, curl and round your spine. We're just moving through our spine a little. Inhale, exhale, round. Two more. Inhale, arch, look up, bend your elbows a little, chest lifts through. Exhale, curl and round, look towards your belly button. One more. Inhale, arch, and exhale, round. And one more. So this is the round. The round is rounded, looking down. And the arch is lifting up. Bend your elbows just a little bit. Get a little bit more length. Draw your shoulder blades together. And then we're going to walk our hands out. You can keep your feet out. You're going to keep your hands on your knees. Bend the knee. Just drop down with one shoulder. Bend your knees a little deeper. Walk your feet a little bit more if it feels okay. And then the other. Drop down just one shoulder. So it's just your shoulder blade that's dropping down. Drop your shoulder and, yep. And then the other. Breathe. And then release that. Come all the way up to stand. Reach your arms all the way out. So you're going to bring your shoulder blades back to neutral. Draw them back in. Open the arms. We're going to give a little twist to one side. Back to center. Twist the other side. Back to center. One more each side. Twist. And twist. And back to the center. Last thing with the spine, we're going to reach up and over. So up and over, you can open your feet a little wider. Yep, the opposite hand can come through. And then back to the center and to the other side. Reach up and over. And back to center. One more time each side, maybe getting a little bit more. And then come back to neutral. Walk your feet back in. Place your hands on your hips. If this hurts your toes, let me know. We'll stop. We're just going to come heel, bow, toe, and switch. Heel, bow, toe, and switch. So try to switch in the air. So you're on both toes for a moment. Just moving through the toes. We're going to be gentle when we come into the footwork because of your toes. A few more. Yep, try to keep those hips level. And then let those feet come back down. Reach your arms out. Sink back a little bit. Feet hip width distance apart. A little bit closer in. And then come up to stand. Pull those hands in. Sink back a little bit. Weighting towards the heel. And come back up. Just warming up the hips. The legs. Last one. Come all the way up to stand. Last thing here. We're going to come into a roll down. So bend your knees just slightly. You're going to tuck your tail under just a little bit. Start to let your head drop down. Release your head, release your neck. Let your arms hang. Bend your knees as much as you need. Come down to your lowest point. Maybe those fingertips drop down onto the ground, palms facing in towards each other. And then engage your abdominals and round yourself back up. So hands don't have to come all the way down to the ground. Palms can be facing forward. I'm going to come back behind you, come up through each vertebra and vertebra and vertebra. Come back down, so you're going to let that head drop, release those shoulders, release your arms, palms facing in towards each other, yeah. And coming back down, coming back down, coming back down. Release your head and bend those knees as much as you need. And then coming back up, I'm back behind you. I'm walking my fingers along your vertebra. See if you can articulate up each one by one, by one, by one, as you come all the way up. Okay, great. We're going to come on to the reformer. I'm just going to drop this down one. I think you may need the length here. So you're going to come to lie down on your back. We're going to begin with our footwork. And I'm going to leave it a little bit light just because you're having the problems with your ankles and your feet. If you want heavier, let me know. Come to lie down on your back. Shoulders are in. Arms alongside of you. Let me just check and make sure that this is recording here. I'm just going to move this over a little bit. So your feet are on. Bring your feet together towards each other. You're on your toes. Arms alongside your body. And on an inhale, you're going to push out. Push the carriage out. And exhale, feel like you're dragging it back in. Bend your knees, drag it back in. Inhale, push it out. Exhale, bring it back in slowly. Inhale, push it out. Let me know if you want me to add springs. Exhale, bring it back in. 2 more, inhale, out. Exhale, bring it back in. Inhale, out. Exhale, feel like you're dragging it back in. 1 more, I'm going to try to keep those heels up just a little bit more. And drag it back in. And then we're going to come with your heels together, but the toes apart. Heels together, toes apart. See if you can come down just a little bit more here. Open those knees out towards the side. Squeeze those heels together. You're going to push the carriage out. Nice. And drag it back in. You're going to push the carriage out. And drag it back in. Push the carriage out. And drag it back in. Try to keep those heels lifted a little bit more. Push the carriage out. And drag it back in. And 1 more. Push the carriage out. And drag it back in. I'm going to put a little bit more weight on this one. You're going to come with the heels on. So that way your toes are not on. Feet are wide. Heels are on. Yep, I'm going to add weight, add springs, add resistance to this because we're on our toes anymore. So you shouldn't have that difficulty. Your feet are as though you're standing on the wall. Heels are up. Yep. Open. Yep. Up. They're externally rotated just a little bit. There you go. And we're going to push it out. Tailbones down. Push it out. Is it too heavy?
No, my feet weren't on the ball.
And then drag it back in. So if you're dragging it back in, push it out. And then feel like you're dragging it back in. Don't let the carriage take you. Push it out. There you go. Tailbone down just a little bit more. Breathing. Let it come in slowly. So create your own resistance as you come in. And 1 more. And all the way back in. You're going to bring your feet back together on the bar. And we're not going to come into the calf stretch. I don't want you on your toes like that. So we're going to come into single leg. I'm going to, since you're on your heel to start, I'm going to, put your foot in tabletop position. Foot is flexed, heel is on. I'm going to leave you on heavy springs here. I don't think it's going to be too much for you on the heel. So we're going to push it out and drag it back in. Just keep that leg in tabletop. That's a good tabletop here. Push it out and drag it back in. A few more. Push it out and pull it back in. 2 more. Push it out and bring it back in. Last one. Push it out and bring it back in. This time you're going to push it out. Push it back out. Leg is going to come up towards the sky. Keep your pelvis down and neutral. You're going to tick-tock the leg from one side to the other. From one side to the other. Use your abdominals, use your core. 2 more. Last one. And all the way back in. We're just going to switch the other side. Have your feet together to start. Come all the way onto the heel. Bring that leg into a nice tabletop position. Drop your tailbone down just a little bit. Your heel is flexed. And we're going to just go through that same exercise again. Pushing it out and bringing it back in. Push it out. And you're going to drag it back in. Yeah, there you go. Push it out. Keep those abdominals engaged as you bring it back in. Push it out. And in. Push it out. And bring it back in. Next time when you come out, we're going to stay out. The leg is going to lift. Drop your tailbone down a little. If the leg is not so high, it's fine. You're going to just tick-tock that leg from one side to the other. Try to keep those hips down and level here. Yep. Breathe. Don't forget to breathe. 1 more. Back to the center, and we're going to bring it all the way in. Let both soles of the feet come down onto the ground. Stay where you are. Let your feet come down for a moment, if you'd like. And I'm going to change the spring. So I'm going to bring you into just one red. We're going to come into some abdominal work here with just one red spring to start. So we're just going to start. You're going to have your legs come into a tabletop position. I'm going to give you this ball to squeeze between the inner thighs, just to give you a little bit more work. Feet are flexed. Flex those feet. Yeah, start with them flexed. Okay, we're going to grab those straps. I'm going to give you those straps back behind you. Yep, just hold on to the straps in your hand. Use that ball, squeeze that ball, drop your tailbone down just a little bit. Yep, perfect. So now you're going to feel, have those legs come up, you're going to feel that inner thigh, lower abdominal connection. Reach your arms all the way up towards the sky. Hold the carriage in so you can reach your arms all the way up. There you go. Nope, nope. Yep, just start with them here. Just hold on. You don't have to hold. You don't have to grip. Yep. Drop your shoulders down a little bit. And then we're just going to push down with your head down. Yep. Fingers are moving down towards me. And then all the way back up. So be careful not to break at the wrist. Exhale. It's going to come down. Inhale to lift. Exhale. Come back down. Inhale to lift. Exhale to come back down. Inhale to lift. Exhale to come back down without curling up, just extend the legs. So extend the legs just to get that motion, and inhale, bring them back to tabletop as it comes up. Exhale, extend the legs. Leave your head down to start. Yep. Inhale, bring it back down. 2 more. So only come to here with those arms. Just try to get a little bit of that coordination. Yep. Squeeze that ball, extend the legs. And last one. Okay, come all the way and just have your arms come up, have your feet come on to the bar here. Yep. Okay, so feel as though you have that ball in between your inner thighs. I've taken it out. Come into your tabletop position. Squeeze those inner thighs together. We'll give you a little bit more connection to the lower abdominals. Drop your tailbone under just slightly. This time when you push the arms down, you're going to curl your head up. So push the arms down and head comes up. Look towards your belly button and then release. Curl up. Yep, there you go. Perfect, good. And then release. Push down, curl up, draw your abdominals in, round your spine, come into that C curve, and release. 2 more, come into that C curve, and release. Last one, come into that C curve, and release. Give yourself a break here just for a moment. We're going to combine the 2 things that we did. So we did that leg, those extended legs, without coming up, all the way up. We're going to extend those legs as we come up and bring them back to tabletop as we come down. Arms are up and towards the air. Coming back into that position. Your legs are in a tabletop position. Tailbone drops down just slightly. Keep those abdominals engaged. Arms lifted up. Yep, there you go. And you're curling up and back. Good, that's good tabletop. Curling up. This time try to point your toes towards me. Yep. And come back. We'll do 8 of these. You're going to point your toes. Point, 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 point. Come up. And back down. Point your toes. Come up. Good. That was better. Back down. Try not to have those arms come back behind you. Only bring them up towards neutral. Keep some tension on. There you go. Point. And back down. And I lost track. I think you have 1 more. Try to keep those toes pointed. Not so fast. Slower is harder. Come all the way back down. Let's just release that for a moment. Give yourself a breath here. So what we're going to do now is we're going to take 1 strap. So I'm going to hang this strap. You're going to take 1 strap and place it on one of your feet. One of your feet. Yeah, may need a little bit more strap. See if you reach it. Otherwise, I have to release a little bit more strap for you. Need a little bit more strap?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Let's see if I get you more strap. Okay, here we go. Now they're going to be uneven, so I've got to figure out how to get them back to even, but let's start with that. Okay, see if you can get a little bit more strap from that?
No.
It should be moving. Okay, that's not enough. This is a fairly new reformer, and I'm not that familiar with how to.
Oh, my foot can.
Yeah, but it has to bend to tabletop. There you go.
Way too much.
Okay, that's too much.
I don't
I
know.
think that's fine. That's good. Okay, bring both feet into tabletop. So both your legs are in table. That's not tabletop. Push out. Does it push out further? There you go. Come into tabletop position. Yep, your feet are flexed. They're together. You're not in tabletop. The knees have to come out a little bit further. A little bit further. There you go. Okay, so you're going to push out with the right and then left. Point your toe. Okay, let me just come off for just a moment. Yep. Reach that leg out until you can put it down on here. Yep. Remove the strap and then bring yourself all the way in. Let me just try this for a moment. Sorry about this, student, but so you're going to lie down like this. You're grabbing only 1 strap. Place the strap on the sole of the foot. Your knees are together. We're going to push out with the right. Keep this foot in tabletop and then back. Out with the right and back.
That's called bicycle.
Out with the right and back. I'll show you next move. Out with the right and back. You're going to bring both legs up. Push down with the right and switch. Push down with the right. Doesn't have to come as high as mine and switch. Okay, so you're going to come back. We'll try that one more time. I think this strap is fine. So come back to lie down on your back. its name. It's some single leg work. So push out and bring that foot in. Yep. And then bring the other leg to tabletop. So you need to push away. There you go. Head is down. Perfect. Squeeze those inner thighs together. Push out. Yep. Nope. We're going slow because fast is easy. Slow is hard. Knees back together. Find your tabletop position. Both legs together. You're not in tabletop. Drop your tailbone down a little bit. Push a little bit more through your heel. Yep. Push the carriage away a little bit. I know you have a lot of leg strength, so this should not be so hard for you. You're going to push out. Yep. And then when this comes out, you're going to try to point your toe. Try to point your toe and reach. Yep. Like, there you go. Let's try it like this. Be careful. Back to tabletop. You're using your core. Push and back. Okay, we'll work on this one. You got to go all the way through. Okay, there you go. And then when you come back all the way, mean neutral, all the way, switch, and we'll switch, and we'll switch, and one more, switch, switch, and then come back to tabletop. Lift your legs up towards the sky. If it's not too much, if it's too much, let me know. You're going to drop your pelvis down a little, and one leg's going to drop, and scissor the other leg. There you go. Scissor, and scissor. There you go. Try to point that toe, reach. Draw those abdominals in, reach, and switch. Good, and switch. Looks good, and switch. And switch. Last one. Bend both knees. Reach this leg out. Bend this knee so you can remove the strap. Yep, so let this one come in. We'll remove this strap. I'm going to make the other strap just the same length, so bring it all the way back in. I think we'll stay with this longer length for you. I had Susie here last, and she's really short. So minor adjustments here on our reformer machine. I'm gonna add a spring, and both legs are gonna come in to the straps. Just wait 1 second. Leave it where it is. So I want to make sure it's even, because it's doesn't feel right when it's not even. That looks pretty good. Let me tighten this. Okay, so you're gonna push back out with one leg. Put one leg, come all the way in for one moment. I just want to add one spring for you. I'm just going to go with red and blue for this. So we're going to do our hip work. So you're going to push out with one foot, put the other foot in to the strap. Yep. Extend. Yep. And then your other foot's going to come into the strap. Yep. There you go. We're going to start by bringing ourselves into our frog position. This is our frog position. Drop your tailbone down a little bit more, and we bring this over your legs. There you go. Squeeze those inner thighs together. Squeeze those heels together. Drop your tailbone down a little bit, and then we're going to push out. Keep those heels together and bring it back in. Keep your heels together. Yep. There you go. Push out. Try to keep those heels together. Bring it back in. Slide it back in. Do you need it a little bit longer yet? This is short. Push out. I'm going to give you just a little bit more if I can. Bring it back in. Bend your knees. Let me give you a little bit more length. I think you need a little bit more length on both sides. Hold on. See if you're struggling with this. Whoa, sorry about that. Okay. Are they even? Are the straps even?
No.
This one is longer? Okay. Sorry about this. Okay, we're going to just come out of it for a moment. Put down. Put down. Oh, no, not in. Not in. Okay. Reach out. Okay. Okay. I think you need a little bit more strap, so just holding this one, I have to, this one was fine. I think this is too long. So we're going to bring this back to tighten. Is that about the same length?
Yeah.
Okay, good. Tighten that up. And let's try it like this. I think it'll be easier for you. Yep.
This one is,
Think it's okay? All right, let's start at the right position. So coming into a frog position, tailbone drops down, knees do not come in that close. You're only going to a tabletop position here, okay? And then you're pushing out. Out, 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 more, and all the way back, just to that tabletop. Yep, just to here, push it out, and all the way back. Try to keep these heels together. Push it out. There you go, and in. Breathe. Don't hold your breath. I see you holding your breath. You've got to work that exhale. And just one more. We'll just do one more here. Okay, you're going to have your feet come together. You're just going to lift your legs up. Just break at the hips and then all the way back down. Good. Lift up. And come all the way down. Lift them up. And all the way down. Lift them up. And all the way down. Lift them up. Rotate your feet out. We're going to come into circles. So you're going to go down, around, and in. Good. Up. Keep your pelvis stable. Down, around, and squeeze those inner thighs together. Really work. Yep. Coming up. We'll do 3 more here. Once you've done 3, we're just going to reverse that. Try to keep your tailbone down a little bit. The pelvis doesn't come up. Down, around, and together. There you go. Down. Externally rotate. Bring it up. And in. 3 more. Two more. Last one here. Good. And you're going to bend your knees. We're going to do some spinal articulation, but we're going to come into more of a bridge pose for that. So I'm going to remove one of the straps, reach that foot towards the reformer so you can drop it down, and then we'll remove the other strap. Bring the carriage all the way in, and you can stay where you are for a moment. I'm going to add all springs. When I add all springs, the carriage is not going to move too easily by itself. So this one is a lot of work. Sometimes it really starts to hurt into the hamstrings. So I'm going to start here. I'm going to give you actually, I'm just going to have you do it just like this. Have your feet come together. Oh, have your feet come down to start, all the way down on the bottom. Yeah, let's just start with that. Have your feet come together. Have your feet come together. We're just going to practice. We're just going to arms alongside your body. We're just going to practice a little tilt of the pelvis. So you're just going to tuck your pelvis under, just the pelvis, and release. So you're going to tip and release. A few more like that. Abdominals in, tip, squeeze, and release. There you go. You should feel a lot of action in the lower core and also in those inner thighs as you zip those magnets together. Now we're going to start to articulate up. Yep, so we're going to come into a bridge. So arms alongside, articulate up and up and up. That's high enough. Squeeze. And down, vertebra by vertebra. So think about that. Yeah, there you go. Really slowly. Squeeze those knees together. Come all the way up. Try not to flare those rings. So feel like they're bringing them in, just like we practice breathing. Come all the way back down. There you go. Drop that sternum down. Right here, all the way down, all the way down, all the way down until you get to your pelvis. And then come back up again. And you're dropping down here, here, here. Yep. So you're just moving from here. You want to move from here all the way down and down and down. And one more. Yep. And come down, not come down. So you don't want to come just with that lower body. You want to move down. Yeah, there you go. And now we're going to put our feet up a little bit higher. Yep, on those heels. So this is a hamstring killer. So you're going to come all the way onto your heels. Bring those knees together, and we're just going to start with that same spinal articulation, coming up slowly. Move your knees towards me, and then hold it here, and then come down from here, here, as much as you can, articulating through the spine, all the way back down, slowly, and then we're going to bring it back up. Try not to pop that rib cage. I do the same thing. And then you're going to exhale it down slowly. There you go. There you go. Better spinal articulation. There you go. All the way back down. And we'll do one more here, and we'll move on into the arms. And then exhale down, vertebra. Try to move from that sternum, coming down through that thoracic spine, that upper back, middle back, lower back, and all the way down. All right, you did it. So coming off, we're going to turn, coming off the reformer, we're going to turn ourselves around.
Lion.
No, not lying. We're going to be seated. These, I don't know if these move so easily. So we're going to come to sit. I'll just show you how you're going to sit. Your legs are going to be in towards here. You may have to move back. Actually, you know what? We're going to have our legs open because that's going to work your inner thighs a little bit. So you're going to squeeze up against these armrests. You're going to grab onto here. And actually here, it's going to be a little bit, seems like it's a little bit long. So you can hold on into that smaller loop. You're going to sit straight and tall. And you're going to push back. It's too heavy. I'm going to change the, take off. Not do that with all the things there. That would kill you. So you're going to squeeze the inner thighs, and you're just going to push back to here. Squeeze like that pencils in towards you. Straight, long spine. And then bring it back. Push. And back. We'll do that. Then you're going to grab on. You may have the bigger maybe the bigger loops. You're going to round down, draw your abdominals in, bicep curl, bicep curl, bicep curl. Come back up. I'll just show you the pattern here. You're going to come back, and we're going to hold those straps, and you're going to open, twist, back to center, and twist the other side. Back to center. The straps are long for me, so we'll see how it works for you. You're keeping a straight, long spine. You're coming back through center, and as though you're rotating around a flagpole. Keep those inner thighs squeezing, and we'll move on from there. So we'll do those 3 motions. Okay, so come to sit with the legs outside. You can, legs outside, so it's going to give you a little bit more. There you go. Good. Okay, you can do a little bit more inner thigh work, so really push against it. Your hands in. I needed the smaller strap. You'll see what you need. Your arms are in. Push back. Push it back. Arms are long. Arms are long. Back is straight. There you go. So you're going to push. You don't have to hold on. Don't hold on. Don't grip it. Just use the back of your hand, and you're squeezing here like you're squeezing a pencil. Your arms are straight. Your arms are straight. Is it hard to sit? Is it hard for you to sit up like this? You can bend your knees a little bit, okay, because you're not all the way on your sitting bones. Your back's not totally strong. Straight, okay, yep, so you're squeezing from here. There you go, I feel it. Yep. So try not to hold on, you're just pushing back. You use your middle finger to push you back. It'll just wrap the shoulder blades around and through a little bit, okay. Try a few more. Squeeze. And one more squeeze. All right, we'll work a little bit more on this next time. Okay, and then you're gonna flip your palms. You're gonna round your spine, so you're coming into a C curve. Yep, you're rounding all the way back. So let me just show you how to sit on the ground and show you the positioning. So you're squeezing those inner thighs together. You're rounding down like this. Yep, you're holding, so a little bit more. Yep, so you're using your core. Yep, hold yourself here, and in, and out. Yep, there you go, you got those big biceps. Bring the elbows up a little bit more, and breathe. I see no breath flowing, I see you holding your breath. Keep those abdominals and core engaged as you do this. Yep. Two more. Last one. And then come all the way up to sit. Reach your arms up. Yeah. And down. Okay. So we're going to come into that little shoot the arrow. So you're up on your sitting bones. Bend your knees a little bit because you're not really on your sitting bones. Yeah. Lift your chest up. I may next time bring something for you to sit on. Okay. So that looks better. So keep the knees bent a little bit. Your hamstrings are a little bit tight. There you go. Perfect. So there you go. Yep. And have those feet come over the strap just so that they can move. Okay. All right. So from here, you're just going to take your right and you're going to reach the elbow up and then back through center. So the arms are straight in the middle. Yep. A little twist, spinal rotation, and back. You're working your obliques. You got to try to sit up a little bit higher. That's why the bent knees will help you. The bent knees will get you more on your sitting bone. Twist and come back to center. You got to be up a little bit higher. Come up, bend your knees even more. Yeah, bend your knees even more. The knees are bent. Here, come up for 1 minute. Let me just I'll show you what position I think that would work for you better here. You can just bend your knees like this because I think if you're here, you'll be able to come up onto the sitting bone. So I don't want to be back, I want to be up. My arms are long. You can hold on here if you need that. I need to be here. And then I'm going to open like this, look over, back through the center, arm meet. Reach and arms meet. So when my knees are bent, I can come a little bit more on my sitting bones. So try it that way. We'll just try this one more time. I know this Pilates thing is very different from the stuff you usually do. See, there you go. You're much more straight and tall. Okay, yeah. So this arm's straight. There you go. Back through center, both arms straight. There you go. You're going to pull and twist. Drop your shoulders down. Twist and back through center. Yep, twist. Back through center. Great. Breathe. You got to exhale. You got to breathe. Use that. The breath helps work our transverse abdominals. There you go. Good. Much better. Looks much better. And you're much more on your sitting bones. So sometimes just because the hamstrings are tight should not ruin the entire exercise. And one more. So finish on the second side. Just a little. There you go. It looks much better. And then come on off. We're going to come into a little back extension. So I'm going to leave the back extension on a very light spring, which is a yellow, just to start, just because this is a little orientation here. I just don't want you to have too much on. So I'm going to have do your back extension facing this way. I actually really like this one. And I'm gonna just demonstrate it once for you so you can see what you're getting yourself into. So we're gonna put this up, we're gonna bring this up. Straight is yellow, which is what I said I was gonna set it at. So you're gonna come tonight on your belly. Your chest is kind of off, your head is down, your elbows are lifted. If you can, your legs are together. If it hurts your lower back, they're opened a little bit, your elbows are bent. This is very light, but we're doing a back extension here. It's more about the back than the arms. You're gonna push out and then drag it back in. Just a few times, just out and in. You're gonna push out, and then as you come back in, you're gonna lift your chest. And exhale back down. Bend your elbows. Push it out. Come back in. Push, 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 push. Lift your chest or your shoulder blades down your back. And then come back in. We'll do a few of those, and then we're gonna come into a child's pose, a rest pose. Just like this at the end to neutralize your spine. So come to lie down on the belly. Getting towards the end of this practice. So you want to think about those legs long. You want to think about pushing through your pelvis. Yep, there you go, good. You're going to push it out. Leave your head, neck in line with the spine, and bring it back in. This is easy, we're just using our arms, just getting the feel of it. Push it out, and bring it back in. Push it out. And when you bring it back in, you're gonna lift up. There you go. Now elbows don't bend. So you may not come up too much. Yeah, there you go.
I can't come in without bending my elbow.
That's all you need. You're extending your spine. You see you're coming into a little bit of a back bend. Bend the elbows, come all the way back in. There you go. Push out. Push through your heels of your hands and drag yourself back up. That's enough. That's enough. There you go. That's your spinal extension. Come back down. In. And just two more. Pull yourself up and in. There you go. There you go. Good. Keep active in that lower body. And last one. Come all the way back in. And actually, I'm going to have you come off the reformer because we're getting to the end of the class. So just, that was fun. Come off the reformer. And you're going to come into a child's pose position on the ground. May as well just come on the ground into child's pose position. I like to have my knees open, my toes coming to touch. It's a little bit easier on the hips here. Drop your head down. There you go. Yep. Good. Okay. I'm going to give you a little bit of an assist here. Breathe into the back of your lungs. Tiptoe your fingers over towards the right side. Yep. Push away with your left hip. Bring it back towards the center. And tiptoe to the other side. Reach your hands in front of you. Tuck your toes under as much as you can. We're going to push up into our downward facing dog. It's not called downward facing dog. In Pilates, it's called upstretch, but same thing, so push the ground away. Walk your hands in a little bit. Bend your knees as deeply as you can. Bend your knees deeply. Push your tailbone up towards the sky. Bring your shoulder blades in towards each other. Extend those legs a little bit more. There you go. I'm going to give you an assist here by pulling your hips back. Push the ground away. Neck in line with the spine a little bit more. Use that back body. And then walk your hands towards your feet. Come all the way up to stand. Be careful, the mirror's behind you. Yep. Okay, come all the way up to stand. Last thing here, we're going to see if you're a little bit more flexible. So bend your knees slightly, release your head. Release your shoulders, round your spine, draw your abdominals in. Hands facing towards each other. Bend your knees as much as you need to come down to your lowest point. Release your head. There you go. And then come up vertebra by vertebra by vertebra by vertebra, all the way up to stand. And when you come up, hands at your heart. Inhale, reach those arms up. Exhale, just flip your palms, push the air away. 2 more, hands at your heart. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, flip your palms, push the air away. And 1 more, inhale, reach up. Exhale, push the air away. Give yourself a little clap. Namaste.